Hey everyone, Shadow Rockets here, and on today's episode, I'm going to do another sort of self-help topic, and we're going to talk about sleep. I have the eclectic-bird in here with me today.
Hello.
That's my girlfriend, who is conveniently also the person that has been making such wonderful graphic art for my channel, at least those two images of me that I swap out every once in a while, one blue, one red shirt. It was good.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's good. If you want to maybe commission some art, I just saw a little commissions guideline that she wrote up. And if you're looking to commission, no furries. Okay.
Please no furries.
So anyway, we want to get right into talking about sleep. And I think it's kind of a non-issue, or it should be a non-issue, to kind of say like, oh, sleep is important. Like,
yeah.
No shit. So I don't cuss that often on my channel, but I feel like that's one of the things that you should just know, and that's okay. Like, sleep, you need it. Don't try to go long weeks without sleep.
That sounds awful.
I have stayed up 3 nights without sleep one time, and that was rough.
Why?
I had a lot of projects due and a lot of papers due. Anyway, obviously, sleep, helps you feel refreshed. I want to get into a few of the positives and then talk about maybe insomnia and getting through insomnia and maybe the causes of insomnia. But we are reading a sleep science article, very professionally written, or we did read it and are still looking at it. But it mentions that to feel refreshed, sleep actually almost purges your body of a chemical called adenosine, which your neurons in the brain actively produce all day. And so whenever your body clears itself of adenosine, it actually allows you to awaken and feel alert and refreshed. I don't know how long it takes to purge adenosine, but I could imagine that your body's doing it in its REM cycles, which...
Yeah, that's when you need to be aware of when you're waking up. I actually have a really nice sleep app that will wake me up when I'm in kind of my lighter stages of sleep. So if your REM cycle is interrupted, that's going to make you wake up feeling pretty awful.
Yeah, and I've heard a bunch of different things with regards to REM cycles, like, oh, it takes you 30 minutes to get into a REM cycle, and they last for like 4 hours or 3 hours or something.
It's kind of a pattern. Your first REM cycle will happen pretty quickly, but it'll be really short, and then you'll fade out of it, and then your next REM cycle is going to be a little bit longer, and it goes on like that.
Right, so I looked up actually online a long time ago when I was trying to be as efficient as possible with my time. I looked up, while being inefficient, looking up sleep cycles and whatnot. I looked up sleep times, and there are actually different schedules of sleep that are scientifically proven to be good for you, and there's a bunch that are like, 3 times a day for 3 hours. The most insane one that I saw was, I think it was 5 times a day for 45 minutes each time. And now that's less than 5 hours of sleep. However, after doctors called this guy crazy, it's one guy tested it, developed the plan and tested it, and it was to give him the most time throughout the day. And so he actually went through a day and went through weeks doing this. And the thing is, obviously, it's all throughout the day. So these 45-minute periods are spread out throughout the day. And it was 5 or 6. And he felt very alert, very awake. And when he went to get physicals done and tested by doctors, he was perfectly fine. Everything was okay. And so it's very efficient. Obviously, they couldn't say anything negative about it. He actually only stopped it because it didn't match up with any of his friends' times, like sleep schedules. So he stopped being able to hang out with his friends because he could hang out with them during the day, yes, but half of the day he is still awake, which is the nighttime, and they are not awake.
Yeah.
So it'd be boring from the hours of like midnight to 8 a.m. essentially, having no one, but you're only going to sleep for 45 minutes in that time frame, so you're awake that entire time.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Which is great for, optimization. You have so much time to do all the things, but what happens when you finish all the things? Anyway, let's get back to what sleep does for your body. It repairs tissues and helps them grow. I think that's pretty much a given. When you're in a resting state, you're actually not doing anything other than, or your body is not doing anything. You're not doing any physical activity, or you're doing mental activity, but not self-aware mental activity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I guess not being actively mentally. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, actively, physically, mentally, spiritually. No, so yeah, sleep helps with tissue repair and muscle growth. That should be pretty obvious. Like I said, you're just not doing anything physical, so your body has more time to focus on that, and it's also very good for your immune system. Your body can just sit there, focus on attacking whatever is currently invading your body. So you don't have to worry about all the crazy, weird things that you put on into your body during the day. Really bad foods, Chick-fil-A, French fries, and
Bacon.
Yeah, and you're not dehydrating yourself while you sleep. You are a little bit, but not nearly as bad. You're obviously making it at least 8 hours or so, maybe like 6 to 8 hours, 6 to 10 hours, maybe, depending on the night of sleep, without water, which is usually bad during the day, but you're not active, so it's okay. It also relaxes muscles, and that, while I realized that that's a thing, I didn't realize, like, oh, that's actually really good for you. It relieves tension and reduces symptoms of chronic pain. So it makes sense. I just never thought about it that way. But do you have any fun fact you want to throw in here?
I mean, it's only gonna relieve chronic pain if you have a good bed.
I guess so. That's very true. If you have one of those lumpy beds, or maybe the bed is too soft and you're kind of at a weird angle. I've seen a lot of beds where it actually takes your shape, your body shape, and kind of conforms to that.
Yeah. It like has its own personal setting for your body.
Right, and I've actually read that if you sleep on your back, you should actually support your neck, because it actually helps straighten out your back and everything. So just a little support on the neck is a good thing, and I tried it. Feels great. Anyway, it's been kind of a long video, so I'm gonna go into insomnia real quick. And it's essentially what I read from it and what I understand about it is that the main driving factor of insomnia is actually anxiety. And even if it's not fully fledged anxiety, it's at least increased or caused by stress. And now I've done a video on stress before, and I want to stress my point on stress. That it doesn't have to necessarily make you worry. It doesn't have to break you down inside. You don't have to be crying or going crazy over this stress. Just a little overbearing theme of stress in your life. Like maybe you have an exam in a month, and while yes, that's a month away, you still know that it's coming, and you maybe are having a problem with the homework that you're doing right now, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to do on this exam if I cannot do well on this homework? If you're not thinking about that, hopefully you are thinking about that, because homework helps prep you for exams. So if you hate homework, do your homework.
What?
Anyway, so what I read about insomnia and with regards to stress is an interesting little concept of taking time out of your day, which already sounds like a terrible idea, but taking time out of your day, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, to just worry. Make that your worry time. And that sounds really cliche and really just weird. But if you think about it, we spend a lot of time throughout our day just like slowing down due to worrying, or slowing down due to this anxiety of something foreboding, just bad things happening. And if you took all of that time and just put it in this small little block of time to just worry or stress out or focus on lessening those stresses, maybe thinking about breaking down papers due in the week and saying like, okay, I'll do this section this night, this section this night, this section this night. Instead of thinking that throughout your day, like while you're doing other things, while you're in classes, don't think about these things, or while you're trying to sleep. Leave that for this one small timepiece in your day, and then maybe while you're sleeping, if these anxious thoughts come up to mind, you can easily, after a while, after you've built this habit, talk yourself out of it. Think to yourself, you know what, I don't need to worry about this right now because I have time for that. I have this designated time tomorrow that I will be worrying about this thing. Anyway, friends, if you learned something, if you like this video, which I hope you did learn something, or at least made you think about something, don't forget to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about the eclectic bird joining into some videos. And check out her Tumblr page, and commission her.
Buy stuff.
Yes. Alright, Shadow Rockets out.